Alright, what's going on, guys? So, today we are going to be talking about. There's a little bit of scandal in the Olympics right now. They got this girl, Kamila. What is her name? We've got this girl, Kamila Valieva, right? This Russian figure skater. She's 15 years old, and everyone's all up in arms that they're letting her compete, yada, 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 because she was found with some illicit drugs in her system. The drug in question is for, I guess they say it's for chest pains, but then it also is a banned substance because it has some like endurance effects. Like it increases a person's endurance, which could theoretically be useful, definitely in an athletic event. But in figure skating, I'm not sure endurance is really like the main thing here, right? Like this is like how like poised and elegant a person moves. I mean, endurance might have a little teeny tiny bit to do with that, but like for the most part, from what I can tell, this is kind of bullshit. Obviously, it's a banned substance. Banned substances are banned substance. It doesn't matter if it's like actually having an effect on the competition at hand or not. If you have a banned substance, you know it's banned for a reason. You're breaking the rules. Yada yada yada. But I have an article here written by, the AP News, the Associated Press, which kind of basically outlines everything perfectly for everyone so that we can all get on the same page because this is mostly bullshit. Like, it's mostly, they're letting her compete in the Olympics. All right, so let's just read the article. All right, guys. So it says, Russian teenager Kamila Valieva has been cleared to compete in the women's figure skating competition at the Winter Olympics despite failing a pre-games drug test, setting her up for an attempt at a second gold medal. Whatever happens on the ice, Valieva will not get a medal ceremony moment in Beijing, nor will any skater who finishes in the top three with her. The Court of Arbitration for Sport cleared Valieva to skate less than 12 hours after a hastily arranged hearing that lasted into early Monday morning. A panel of judges ruled that the 15-year-old Valieva, the favorite for the women's individual gold, does not need to be provisionally suspended ahead of a full investigation. Okay, they're not saying that she can compete and win the gold medal. What they're saying is that they are not going to not allow her to compete prior to a full investigation being done. So what they're saying is that they don't have the time right now because the Olympics are literally happening. So they're saying they don't have the time to launch a full investigation at this moment. So they're not going to bar her from competition on the off chance that after a full investigation is launched, she's found to have been eligible to compete. Basically, they're saying that they're not going to stop her from competing because they don't know if she can or can't compete yet. So they're going to allow her to compete. And if she wins, they will not give her the ceremony and the gold medal, but they will then launch the investigation and they will determine whether she can win the gold or not based on the findings of that investigation. It's fucking simple, honestly. Like, people are making it out to be this crazy shit. No one's saying she's competing despite being on PEDs and winning gold medals. That's not what this committee is saying here. So let's continue because there's a lot of good information in this article. The court gave her a favorable decision in part because she is a minor, known in Olympic jargon as a protected person, and is subject to different rules from an adult athlete, all right? The panel considered that preventing the athlete to compete at the Olympic Games would cause her irreparable harm in the circumstances. Okay. So the irreparable harm being not being able to go back to this Olympic Games and compete again, right? This is the Winter Olympics, which means when will the next Winter Olympics be? It'll be in another 4 years. She will be 19 years old. Not that I think she'll lose her abilities in the next 4 years, probably not, but she'll never be able to get this moment back, assuming after a full investigation, she is found to be eligible to compete, right? So that's the irreparable harm that they're citing here. So I don't think the board is doing anything wrong here. I think by letting her compete, they're doing what they should. And obviously everyone wants to see her compete. I mean, she's a fucking child prodigy. She's as good a figure skater as there has ever been and maybe ever will be. If you just watch her skate, you'll realize why she's being allowed to compete, because she might be the greatest female figure skater of all time. She's that good. Now Valieva and her fellow Russian skaters can aim for the first podium sweep of women's figure skating in Olympic history, right? So that's unbelievable, right? She and her other Russian compatriots could conceivably sweep the podium. That's unprecedented, right? In this particular division, right? So there's a lot of reasons why it behooves us all to see her compete, right? And I'm going to dispel all the other things later on. Don't worry, guys. The event starts with the short program Tuesday and concludes. Nobody cares. The International Olympic Committee said Monday afternoon that if Valieva finishes in the top 3, there will be no medal ceremony during the games. There will also be no ceremony for the team events won by Valieva and the Russian team a week ago. It would not be appropriate to hold the medal ceremony, the IOC said, because she hasn't technically won yet, right? They have to launch the investigation. So they're not going to hold a ceremony if she hasn't really won the gold. And we won't know until the investigation's over with. Valieva landed the first quadruple jump by a woman at the Olympics as the Russian team won gold in a dominant performance. That alone should let you know, like, letting her compete, I mean, literally is a historical event, right? Valieva landed the first quadruple jumps by a woman ever at the Olympics. I'm just saying. There's reasons why we're letting her compete right now. The decision not to award medals also affects, okay, nobody cares about the Chinese team or the American team. We are devastated that they will leave Beijing without their medals in hand, but we appreciate the intention of the IOC to ensure the right medals are awarded to the right individuals. Okay, yeah, yada, yada, yada. The IOC, shortly after the CAS ruling, Valieva skated at a practice watched by her coach. She completed her program without a fall during a smatter of applause. Yeah, okay. Reaction to the world ranged from support for the young skater to complaints that the Russian doping had once again damaged the sporting event. Okay, that's something worth bringing up, right? The Russians do seem to have a proclivity for for using illicit drugs in the Olympics, which you would think that after getting caught time and time again, they would just learn not to do it. But apparently Russian pride is a hell of a drug, I guess. I'm not sure. But, I mean, I get it. Like, when you're talking about professional sports and professional athletes, a huge portion of them are doing things they shouldn't be doing as far as performance-enhancing drugs are concerned. Most of them just don't get caught. So, that's that. But for one of the greatest female figure skaters of all time to get caught up in this scandal like this. Obviously, I'm not blaming her. She's only 15 years old. It's obviously probably a lot more to do with the Russian coaching and the Russian state and all of that being super Olympic-centric for some reason. So much so to the point of risking their entire stakes at the Olympics by pumping all of their athletes full of drugs and then getting caught. It's very strange, but the last time they did it, it was at least held in their home country, and they had some like home field advantage where they could like use like backdoor test facilities and shit. This time though, I guess they thought they had I guess they thought they would have help from the Chinese in this one, but they didn't, and they got caught up. But this is hilarious. Okay, let's see what else. In addition to her status as a minor, the CAS ruling cited fundamental issues of fairness, the fact she tested clean in Beijing, and that there was serious issues of untimely notification of her positive test. Valieva tested positive for the heart drug, I'm not going to pronounce that, on December 25th at the Russian Nationals, but the results from a Swedish lab didn't come to light until a week ago after she helped the Russian Olympic Committee win the team gold. Reasons for the 6 week wait for the results from Sweden are unclear. In a statement, WADA suggested Rusada slipped up by not signaling the Stockholm lab that Valieva's sample was a priority to be analyzed so close to the Olympics. Her case has caused havoc at the Olympics since last Tuesday when the team event medal ceremony was pulled from the schedule because of the positive test. Okay, so this is very interesting. So she's tested clean in Beijing. So she's tested clean at the Olympics, but she tested positive 2 months ago, or almost 2 months ago, December 25th at the Russian Nationals. So like, I don't know the actual policy. I mean, maybe it says here what the policy is. I'd have to read a little further. There's a shit ton of here. There's not that much more, but it doesn't look like they're giving any time frames. I don't know the actual Olympic policies for how long a banned substance must be out of your system for you to compete. I mean, this is very this is getting very touchy. I mean, it's getting so wishy-washy that obviously you have to let this girl compete. Who knows if they're going to find her competition legitimate or not. I'm in the camp of just let the girl compete, you know what I mean? Let her compete. She's already fucking there. She's tested clean while she's there. So she's not on the drug currently, clearly. It's out of her system. She's not having any effects of the drug. She's not getting a performance enhancement from the drugs currently. If she's testing clean while she's there, let her fucking compete. She's the greatest fucking skater on planet Earth right now. Let her fucking go. Let her win the gold. And if they have a full investigation and it comes back that she was eligible to compete, then give her fucking medals and be done with it. Because this bullshit comparison about, oh, these people weren't allowed to compete, this, that, and the third. These are completely different situations. Like, this situation is being painted as just this black and white scenario where it's like, oh, she had these drugs in her system, therefore she cannot compete. And the fact that they allowed her to compete, it is a complete disgrace to the judicial process of the Court of Arbitrations for Sport. Like, fuck you and that bullshit. This is the biggest moment of this 15-year-old girl's life. And people would rather strip her of her opportunity to make history over some technicalities and bullshit. I mean, this is just wrong. These people who are out here trying to tell you that that is the correct course of action here, these people are just fucking wrong. I'm sorry. That's my 2 cents. If you disagree, let me know. We can chat about it in the comments. We can chat about it on the Discord. We can chat about it period, point blank, wherever you want. But I'm just letting y'all know. Let this girl compete. And yeah, there's a bunch of haters out there trying to rag on this little kid, but they shouldn't. So that's that. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.